So at the end of the day, when you're done practicing, you want to clean your clarinet. Many high-end clarinets, like mine, are made of wood, so it's especially important to take care of them. Wood, as you know, expands and contracts in the heat and the cold, so we want to be really, really careful because wood clarinets can crack and break. So also make sure that if you see any cracks, you call your specialist or your instrument mechanic, instrument doctor. Most student clarinets are plastic, or made of some kind of metal-y plastic. So these are a little bit less fragile, but it's still important to clean them. I recommend cleaning your clarinet at least every other time you play, unless you've been playing for several hours or longer than normal, then you want to clean it every time. So the first thing you want to do is take out your reed. The reed is the most fragile part of the clarinet. They break easily, so protect that. Reeds, when you're starting out, often crack quickly, so your parents, unfortunately, are going to be spending a lot of money on very small little things. Over time, reeds can last a couple months, but they do get old, so don't feel bad about throwing away your reeds. I usually use a reed for 2 to 3 months and then I toss it. It's done. If you see any black spots on your reed, it means the environment is too humid, that's mold, throw the reed away. All right. Next, I like to take off my mouthpiece. And I just like to clean this especially well, because this is where we put our mouth. Sometimes, I have a silk cleaning cloth, which I recommend highly. Silk absorbs a little bit more of the condensation and spit that gets in the clarinet. And I take this little weighted part, and I just drop it through the mouthpiece. Some cleaning swabs will not go entirely through the mouthpiece. Don't try to force your cleaning swab through the mouthpiece. You do not want it to get stuck. That is not very fun. You can also take an old toothbrush and just swab out the clarinet. You don't want to, the mouthpiece. You don't want to get the mouthpiece wet because of the cork. You can get the wooden part of the mouthpiece wet, but just be careful of the cork. Next, I take my entire cleaning swab and I run it through the entire clarinet. So again, you drop the weighted end through the top, let it go all the way down, lift up your clarinet, and it should pop out the other end. And then you just simply pull it through. I recommend doing this twice, running the cleaning swab through twice. Then, this is adequate. You can stop here, but I like to take apart my clarinet and clean each individual part by itself. Especially the barrel, because condensation gets stuck on the little ridges inside the barrel on either end. So I just think running the cleaning swab through the barrel an extra time is especially helpful. I usually stop when I get halfway through and kind of stick my finger and just make sure I get all that condensation out of the clarinet. The good news is a lot of the water that accumulates in the clarinet is not our spit. It's actually just the air condensing, because the wind from our hot mouths touches the air in the cold clarinet and condenses and solidifies. So that's good news. There is some spit, so it's kind of gross. You want to be very careful when putting the clarinet away that each piece fits in the case just like a little puzzle. If you put it in the wrong place, you'll notice the puzzle piece does not fit. So try a different part. If you put it in upside down, you notice the puzzle piece does not fit. Never try to jam anything. The clarinet should fit in very snug. Clarinets, especially wooden ones, can dry out in the case, so you want to keep it in a nice normal humidity, not too humid, but normal humidity environment, much like you do a cello or violin. My horn doctor once told me to leave an orange peel in my case and change it once a week during the winter months when it is especially dry. I tried it. I don't know if it necessarily works, but it at least made me feel better. So you can try techniques like this to keep your wooden clarinet nice and pristine.